Hello everyone, welcome to Cardoso Productions. As you can see with the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about 3 things that I've learned while being a musician. And a lot of these things you can learn in a lot of other, careers or other things that you might do. But these are just one of the few things that I learned, especially as being a musician. And like I said, you can learn these somewhere else, but specifically for musicians, this is what I have learned from the things I've done. And let's start with number 1 is failure is part of the journey. What I've learned throughout many years of performing and auditioning, I have learned that there's gonna be rejections, and a lot of them, and there's gonna be a lot of times where you're not gonna make it. There's gonna be a lot of times where you're actually going to do bad, you're not going to perform right. I've had times where, when I'm rehearsing or with my private lesson teacher and stuff like that, everything's going well and I do it like the best. I perform a little piece like 100%, and then all of a sudden when I'm performing it or auditioning or something like that, I sound like I've never played it before, like if I was just reading it. So something that I've learned and I have understood throughout the my career and my journey and my experience is that failure will happen, and it's okay. And that's how you know that you're actually doing stuff, and you're actually not much taken to negative way, but in a positive way of that failure sometimes can be good, and it can motivate you to keep doing better, and that's what everyone should, whether it's being a musician or anything else in any other career. Understand that failure is something that's going to happen, and you need to understand that it's not really bad all the time, and just use it as motivation to keep going and come back stronger. Number 2 is going to be that I have learned is that believing in yourself will actually get you better results, and you'd be surprised that there's a lot of times where it might seem like you're not going to be able to do anything, whether it's performing, and you might feel like you're not going to do well. Actually, if you just put that mindset of like, I can do it, I'm believing it, I'm going to do this, you'd be surprised that a lot of the times you actually do end up doing a lot surprisingly better than you thought you would. I've always had that tendency of performing, whether, even if I'm nervous and like I could be dramatically like 100% nervous, not prepared at all. But, when someone asks me, are you nervous or anything? I say I'm not. I gotta have that mentality of, I got this. It's okay. I mean, it's all right. I'm gonna get through it, and let's see how it goes. With the positive mindset, and in fact, I ended up playing it better than I thought it would. So believing in yourself will actually, or at least in my experience, increases the chances of you actually being surprisingly better, of doing what you were probably thinking you were gonna do. So you'll probably be better at it if you believe in yourself, and I think everyone should do that. Number 3, and the last one that I have learned as being a musician, is that sometimes sacrifices have to happen. And by that I mean there's been a lot of times, especially me, when I have to gig working where it's a sibling's birthday or a friend's birthday, and I can't make the party because I have work and I have to do other things, especially since it's majority of the time is weekends. So it's very I guess not very good, but throughout time you kind of get used to it. So that's another tip. If you're trying to become a musician, understand that there's going to be sacrifices that you're going to have to be making if you really want to succeed on this. Is that a lot of sacrifices end up being with family as well, and let's just say not all the time, right? But there is a lot of times where you do have to make sacrifices, especially when practicing. Let's say you have an audition coming up, you have to do a lot of practicing. Sometimes you have to stay up late to do things, and so you're sacrificing sleep and all these things or instead of going to the mall with your friends, you have to practice and do all these things. So I mean, at the end of the day, all these sacrifices most of the time, or at least for me, have been worth it, and it has gotten to me from to where I am now. So I think that sacrifices are a very mature way of being having self-discipline, and making sure that you're ready for whatever comes in your way. That will be it for today's video. If you guys are interested in more things that I've learned as a musician, comment down, or just like the video so I can understand how many people are actually interested, and maybe I can upload another video, maybe even more ideas, or maybe stuff that I have learned being a musician. Especially on the next upcoming videos, I'm also doing a little bit of planning on what to upload, so expect some very interesting videos coming up in the next few weeks. Well, thank you guys for staying for the video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe if you're interested for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.